Good evening, Internet. Stream here playing Standard tonight, and I've got another budget brew, something I haven't done in a while. This deck actually contains no rares outside of the mana base. Let's take a look at some Mardu Bargain Bin Destructible. So, Mardu Bargain Bin Destructible, we're in the bargain bin here. This is a budget deck. There's no rare wildcards outside of the mana base. Now, I'm not exactly sure if there's a commonly accepted definition of a budget deck on Arena. I've been told by viewers that just like do whatever you want with the mana base, but you should try to restrict the number of non-land cards you have that are rares. So that's kind of what I did. There's no rares outside of the mana base, although my mana base does have a bunch of shocklands and verges, which are rares, but you probably already have these in your collections. If there's some demand for me to like build a budget mana base for this as well, I will try that. Just leave a comment down below if you have some ideas about what good parameters are for a budget deck or how we should build the mana base. Anyway, what we're trying to do is build a board of our creatures, and we're trying to make them indestructible through various means every combat step, so that we can continue turning our creatures sideways every turn. They're going to gobble away at our opponent's blockers because our creatures will be indestructible, so they won't die during the combat exchanges, and eventually we'll grind our way through their defenders and get in damage for the victory. Plus, we're a Mardu deck, so we got plenty of removal and interaction. So let's take a look at our creatures first. One of the most important creatures for this brew is the Fear Being Hunted. It's 3 mana for a 4/2 haste. It must be blocked if able, so we're going to attack with this. Our opponent's going to have to block with it. It's got a really aggressive body, high power, so they're going to lose blockers to this every turn. If we can make this indestructible turn after turn, it's just going to erode our opponent's ability to defend against our combats. And then the rest of the creatures, let's just go up the curve. We've got our Veteran Survivors, which I love these. These are my favorite Savannah Lions. They exile card from the graveyard every time they survive after a combat step, and eventually they turn into 5/4 hexproof creatures as they exile 3 cards from graveyards, which is really, really good. If we can make these guys indestructible until they can proc, that's very, very good for a 1-drop. Then going up the curve at 2 mana, we have these Encumbered Regeries, which are 2 mana for a 5/4. They enter with 3 -1/-1 counters on them. However, when they become tapped, such as when they attack, you remove a counter from them until eventually they become 5/4 for 2 mana. So 5/4 for 2 mana is a really good deal. The first time that they attack, they are actually a 3/2 for 2 mana, which already isn't bad. Like, it's okay, but if they attack twice and become 4/3 attackers and then eventually 5/4, they're actually quite aggressive for the mana value, and they're going to be attacking every turn because we're going to make them indestructible. And now we get into the 3-drops, which is where the real we have one more 2-drop, this one of Iron Shield Elf. It's an uncommon. It's a 3/1 aggressive body. You can discard a card to make it indestructible till the end of the turn, tap it. So I'm not like a huge fan of this creature or anything, but it does fit with the theme. And then our 3-drops are where we really get into the heart of the brew. Starting with our Hardened Escort. Now, this is 3 mana for a 2/4. Whenever it attacks another target creature we control, gets +1/+0 and gains indestructible. Pretty mopey, but this is actually an effect that we're really interested in. We're only playing 2 because like it is quite mopey, but in our deck it's actually strong. Now, we're really interested in these Lotusguard Disciples. These are 3 mana for a 2/2 flyer. When they enter the battlefield, target creature or vehicle gains lifelink and indestructible to the end of the turn. So what we're trying to do really is chain together our creatures with creatures that do this kind of thing and other effects that do this thing, that make our creatures on the battlefield currently indestructible. So, while those creatures are attacking, we're continuing to load the battlefield up with more creatures that provide this effect, making the creatures that we played last turn indestructible while creating new attackers for the following turn. So the Lotusguard Disciple are an important part of that. They also make our current creatures lifelink, which is great. And then the other card that kind of does the same thing is the Reigning Victors. These are 3 hybrid mana. It's really 3 Mardu mana for a 3/3 immobilized 1. When it enters, target creature gains +1/+0 and gains indestructible till the end of the turn. So again, it powers up a creature we already have on the battlefield with a power boost and indestructible, allowing us to just attack with reckless abandon, erode away our opponent's ability to block our creatures, and eventually beat down for the win. So that is the basic plan. We got a couple of these Tundra Tanks also, which are 3 mana vehicles with Firebending 1. Not really that relevant here. They're 4/4 bodies with Crew 1, but when they enter, target creature you control gains indestructible till the end of the turn. I do like the Crew 1 on this, meaning that any creature in our deck can crew these things. It's really good. Like these Lotusguard Disciples, the turn that we play them, they can't attack anyway, so they might as well just hop in a Tundra Tank if there's one lying around, crew it up, attack as a 4/4 after already having made one of our creatures lifelink and indestructible for the turn. So that is the basic plan with our creatures. Let's go over the interaction. We've got a couple of lightning Burst Lightning at 1 mana for some 1 mana interaction. Going up to 2, we got a couple of Bitter Chimes for hard removal of those big creatures. 1 Boros Charm can make our stuff indestructible. It can also get a creature double strike to the end of the turn, and it can deal 4 damage to a player or planeswalker. Oh, I forgot to mention the very important Restoration magic. These are just 3 mana, 1/1 instant speed, target permanent gains hexproof and indestructible. So if we don't have one of our Lotusguard Disciples or Reigning Victors to play, we can just attack with a creature for 1 mana, make it indestructible in order to execute our plan that way. We can also blank, removal spells with this card as well. So Boros Charm is more indestructibility as well as burn and double strike potentially. And then we got one of Airbender's Reversal, which can destroy target attacking creature for 2 mana. That's good. It also can airbend target creature we control, which can blank a removal spell, or it can potentially pick up one of our Lotusguard Disciples or Reigning Victor and allow us to replay it again in the same turn, so that we can re-trigger the enter to the battlefield effect of giving something indestructible, allowing another creature to attack indestructibly. So dual really try-function here, destroying an attacking creature, blanking a removal spell, re-procking our indestructible tech. And then we've just got a Firebrain Scheme as a little bit of card selection. I think we do need something, since we're a 24 land deck, like we need something to look at some extra cards so that we don't just flood out. So we're using this. It could be something different, but I think both modes of this card are potentially useful for our brew. There's 24 lands on the deck. Again, we're like really loaded on 3-drops, so we can't skimp on the lands. We really do need these 24 lands, and we don't really have. I haven't fully blinged out the mana base. We have Verges and Shock lands, and we have 1 of each Restless land. Really, the deck could do with like a Fountain Port would be really nice, or like a Dalcoven Encampment, or an Abandoned Air Temple, or Kori Mountain Monastery. Any of those lands could go into this deck, but I'm trying to split the difference, not go too crazy with the lands. The sideboard contains Restoration Magic number 4 against those really grindy like black matchups where their opponent's going to have a lot of removal spells. We also have a second Boros Charm for those matchups, so we can, make our creatures indestructible when a sweeper comes our way. A couple of Duresses are there to take away those sweepers and other spells from control decks. A couple of 1 Intimidation Tactics and 1 Poison the Waters can remove our opponent's creatures from their hand. Poison the Waters can also sweep away really small creatures. A couple of Soul Guide Lanterns along with 1 Strategic Betrayal are our graveyard tech. A couple of exercises here are against artifacts, enchantments, beefier creatures. A couple of Lightning Helixes in the sideboard for those aggro matchups, and a 1 of Giant Cindermaw as another aggressive body that tramples and makes it so that players can't gain life. Just shut down opponents that are trying to gain life. So that is our bargain indestructible deck. Let's see if this actually can work out, if we can execute our plan of just attacking every turn with a bunch of indestructible creatures without using rares outside of our mana. If you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. RNG Arena will be our first opponent. I feel like we're always fighting RNG in the arena. We'll be on the play. And yeah, we can Veteran Survivor. There we go. We're going to keep this. We can Veteran Survivor turn 1. We'll draw a 3rd land. And we have removal spells. Breeding Pool, okay. Could be Badgermoles. Wouldn't be surprising. Alright, let's play our Iron Shield Elf. Let's draw a land for next turn, please. Can we do that? Ashleen Rekindled, okay. This creature is really, really gross and needs to die as soon as it hits the battlefield. So, yeah. Burst Lightning, I might just need to start playing Requiting Hexes instead of Burst Lightnings. I do like Burst Lightning, being able to go face, but there's so many like 3 toughness creatures that you want to be able to kill early. Okay, we did draw land, but rather than start getting indestructible, I think we just need to play this on red. We'll pay 3 life to kill the Ashlings. Okay, they have another, like, Pitch Elemental in their yard. Wistfulness. We'll eat that. More elementals. There's Vibrance. Just gonna do 3 damage to something. My Survivor, okay. And it goes to the bin. Alright, let's just play this Reigning Victor. Make our dude into a 4-power attacker and indestructible. Get down to 3/3, mobilize 1. Quantum Riddler. Are they gonna flash it? Or splash portal it? No? Oh, okay. So do we even play our Lotusguard Disciple here is a question. Let's just attack. Oh, we just kill our opponent. Actually, no, that was a misclick. That was a misclick. That was a misclick. I meant to do this. If you spell pierce me, okay, phew. All right, well, we just beat our opponent down there. Pretty nice and sweet there. Intimidation tactics and poison the waters. So they're like vibrants. They're elementals. So we need to kill their ashlings. So we want helixes and abrades. Burst lightnings actually don't kill those things. Strategic betrayal could be really good. What's up, Kiki? We won game 1 of match 1 so far. Cut a Tundra Tank. I think we'll cut, wow, okay. Airbender's Reversal. Maybe we don't need these guys so much. The indestructible things. Let's try this. Well, we got a removal spell, a couple of 3-drops. Yeah, we can keep this. Because of the Bitter Triumph. Firebrain Scheme, okay. We'll just play a tap land to start. Flame Braider, okay, yeah, okay, those guys are 2 toughness, so I guess Burst Lightning actually isn't bad. So, like, we just need to kill this. And I'll take 3 damage. 4 damage, excuse me. Vibrant. Gonna find them a land. Okay. So here, what we want to do is play our Hardened Escort before we play our Fear of Being Hunted. So next turn, when we attack with the Fear of Being Hunted, it'll be indestructible. Roaming Throne. Oh, this is gonna be sick. This is gonna be sick. This is gonna be so good. Okay, we'll play this on black. Fear of Being Hunted. The Roaming Throne has to block. Our Fear of Being Hunted is a 5-power indestructible attacker. It has to block. Okay, this is what our deck is trying to do. Set up situations like this. We keep our Fear of Being Hunted. See, this is why the Hardened Escort is good in the deck. Mopey as it is, and you look at it, you think you would never put this in a constructed deck. But in this deck, it's actually good. But I don't think you want more than 2 copies. We can just keep doing that, too. If they don't remove this or this... Okay, Cavero, do we just lose? Let's see. No, they get back their Roaming Throne, but the same thing is going to happen. Yep, they're just gonna lose their throne again. Okay, we destroyed the elemental deck. Wow, really? Okay. DJ Hero 631 is our next opponent. Playing some bargain indestructible Mardu aggro mid-range. And our hand looks good. I always like to see stuff we can do before turn 3. We'll keep. Also like to see the ability to produce all of our colors. Astronaut. See, the thing about Mardu as a color combination is, like, none of your verges actually produce red on top, which is kind of a drag. Yeah, I think I'll just play a Blood Crypt. Like, the Sunbillow Verge produces white on top, the Blazemire Verge produces black on top, and the Bleachbone Verge also produces black on top. Alright. Here we can just kill the Hired Claw with Airbender's Reversal. Hopefully they'll pump mana into it. We will take a point of damage off its ping. Razorkin Needlehead. Okay, let's kill something. Yeah, I think we want to use our Airbender's Reversal. So we will use it on the Hired Claw. We can trade our Fear Being Hunted for the Razorkin Needlehead. If I wanted to. I think I would rather kill the Bastronaut than the Needlehead. So what I'm going to do actually is play this Reigning Victor. Let's play a 3/3. I can't kill the Bastronaut. The Bastronaut has Menace. But he can start attacking next turn. That might have been a bad play. If I was going to play a creature and not do anything else, I should have played the Fear of Being Hunted. So that way, next turn, I could give it Indestructible and make the Needlehead block it. I don't think it was correct to play the Reigning Victor there. Because this doesn't gain me anything. It only gave me the ability to... Okay, they just bounce it. We're gonna take this, because I need to kill the Bastronaut. The Bastronaut has Double Strike now. The problem is, like, I have to shock to do that. I could just play Fear of Being Hunted. They'd be forced to trade for the Scalding Viper. I could take a lot of damage from this Bastronaut next turn, though. So yeah, I think I'm gonna shock. I'm gonna play this Reigning Victor that they know about. Gonna take some damage. Another Scalding Viper to bounce it. Okay. Alright, well, we'll kill the Bastronaut. Yep, I think we're dead. Whatever we cast, we're going to take 2 damage off these things now, so... Yep. Opponent managed to tempo us there. So give us Restoration Magic number 4. Poison the Waters. Lightning Helix. Abrade. That's probably it. Cut maybe some Veteran Survivors, because they died of the Poison the Waters. Cut the Veteran Survivors. Cut one of these Victors. Take Strategic Betrayal also. Cut, I don't know, Boros Charm. Let's try this. Yeah. This hand, we're on the play, which helps. I guess we can keep this. Fear of being hunted is good against them. Potentially. Tap land. Astronaut. Land. Actually can't play Fear being hunted off this Verge. Another Bastronaut. Let's kill the Bastronaut. Discard a card, probably. What's a discard? Tundra Tank. Okay, that's a good draw. Play this on red. Untapped. Player Fear of being hunted. Opponent has to block unless they can kill it right now, which they can. Darn it. Ugh. I could have waited till next turn, and then I would have been able to protect it. Needlehead. Land. Alright, play this Lotusguard Disciple. It's a 2/2. Let's sweep it up. Draw. Well, I think we're gonna start attacking. Put a counter on our bird. Play this land on white, I guess. Could have played it untapped to hold up my restoration magic. Another Needlehead. Alright, it's a race. I don't know if I win this or not. I can gain life off restoration magic, which is good. versa. Yep. So, yeah, this is gonna be... Oh, it gets double strike right now. So I'm gonna take 2. So I have to cast this and gain 3 life. Take 2 damage. Okay. Is this gonna be enough? Oh, I think I'm just short, actually. If I had drawn like a burst lightning, I can go 5, 6, 7 damage. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead. I can do 7 damage. Which is not enough. If I had top deck a lightning helix or a burst lightning, I would have had it. But nope. Alright, GG's. Lost to aggro. Well, maybe we should have mulled for some, like, lightning helixes or something. Root's Death will be our next opponent. Playing some bargain indestructible. Our deck has a lot of 3-drops. So here we're looking at a hand that's got 3 of them here, but we're on the play. So I think we keep. Alright. Play our land, play our survivor. Go. So they could be Jeskai. I gotta think they have a, I want to get down my hardened escort here. Get lost for the veteran survivor. They don't have blue mana at the moment. Lightning Helix our face. Okay. Alright, well... I don't know if we can beat Jeskai, but we're sure gonna give it a try. Reigning Victor gets countered. Exile Lightning Helix. They don't have double white for a sweeper. Okay, they're getting double white now. So do we go for a fear of being hunted? I guess so. Just try to get in a hit before all our stuff dies. You notice there's a sweeper coming. If we can top deck an untapped land, we can actually win after this sweeper. Put it up. Yep. Surprise, surprise. We cannot. Well, go for the fear. Attack you down to 1. Ultima. Okay. Well, burst lightning to the face. Okay, Jeskai Control. This is gonna be tough. Duress. Restoration Magic number 4. Boros Charm number 2. Giant Cinder Maw. Are they the Shuko variety or the non... Shiko is the name of the dragon, actually, not Shuko. Are they Shiko or non-Shiko? I'm gonna assume they're not Shiko. So I think we're cutting 3 drops here. Anything else that's not good? Like the Bitter Triumphs, if they're the non-Shiko variety, don't do anything. We're playing as if they're not Shiko. Alright, let's try this. Again, we got a bunch of 3-drop creatures, but I do like Duress. Let's keep. Stock up, split up, get lost. We'll take stock up. We don't draw land. What do we even play this on? White? Guess. Alright, we still don't draw land. We still don't draw land. Alright, we're gonna be discarding to hand size. Oh, I don't even have red mana to cast this. Jeez. That sucks. What do we discard? This guy, I guess? Alright. We can just scoop. We're not going to beat the Jeskai Control deck when they have a 5-2 land lead on us. We just got screwed that time. Alright, let's try to draw lands this time. Yep, just don't get to play. This is another 2-lander with 3-drop creatures. We can draw a land this time, though. Surely we can, right? There's no way we get that mana screwed 2 games in a row. 24-land deck. Opponent mulligan to 6. Duress. Split up Meringue. Beza. Alright, let's play... Oh, we can't play the Fear this turn. We don't have double red. Alright, we'll just play our Reigning Victor, I guess. Opponent stocks up. Restoration Magic. Attack. Do we play another creature? I don't think so. Alright. Our mana base is not cooperating with us here. Get lost. Yeah, we'll protect that. No reason to not gain life, because we only have one mana source anyway, one life source. There's Beza. Okay, we draw a Sacred Foundry. Let's attack. Alright. We'll give our Victor double strike. Play this land, play this Veteran Survivor. Yeah, Baze is such a ridiculous card. Seam Rip. Lotusguard Disciple. Well, let's go for a Fear. And Immortalize. Cavernous Soul is another definite possibility for the mana base that I did not indulge in. We do have like a few different creature types, so it's a little rough, but considering that those guys are like critical to our plan, it wouldn't be unreasonable to name them. Reigning Victor. Meringue gonna draw some cards? Sure. Shiko. Okay, they are the Shiko variety. Protect our dude. Alright, let's play this bird. Make our guy indestructible. Attack. Play this land. Shiko has Vigilance. Yeah, we guessed that opponent was not on the Shiko variety, and we guessed wrong, so we boarded out cards like Bitter Triumph. Get Lost. Yeah, I mean, we'll make our stuff indestructible. Victor will be life linking. Split up. Eh. Airbender's Reversal. Use that to kill Shiko, potentially. Reigning Victor? Yeah, we'll leave that on top. Destroy target attacking creature. Play our Victor. Get lost. Yeah, this is really, really rough matchup. Consult. Yeah, getting slowed down by like not having an appropriate mana early was a problem. Do we keep restoration magic? Like, we don't want to draw that next turn, do we? I don't think we do. Firebrain Scheme, we'll keep that. Elspeth.
The real battle begins. Evil falls to its death.
Alright, well, let's see what we get off this. Burst Lightning. Alright, I think we're good with scooping here. So, a combination of really bad mana draws in games 2 and 3 and incorrect guess as far as sideboarding. The Essential is seasoned. Their next opponent, some Mardu Bargain Indestructible. See if our mana base will cooperate a little better this time around. Hey, look, we've got like cheap spells. Let's keep this. We can cast everything. Yes, we can still get a winning record. Alright, let's go ahead and run out our Survivor. Play another Survivor. No, not Restoration Magic. Survivor. Play this on red. Badger Cub. Well, as fun as it would be to like try to do things, you can never ever let Badger Cub live and kill it. So we have to kill that. We get to eat a cub. Oh, I could have eaten my own Burst Lightning. That was a mistake. Oops. Enduring Vitality. Alright. We would like to draw more land at some point, but let's just play our Victor. We'll give this Veteran Survivor the bonus and attack. We'll eat Burst Lightning. Hexing Squelcher. Cool card. Okay. Check this out. Let's shock. Play our Lotusguard Disciple. We'll give our reigning Victor. No, we'll give this Veteran Survivor Indestructible and Lifelink. Okay, they're gonna block with their Squelcher. That's fine. Because we get to exile card number 3, and that makes us hexproof. Thinking. How very courteous of our opponent to let us know they're thinking. Terror of the Peaks. Okay. Oops. Yeah, I think that means you're dead, opponent. Yeah. Yep, you're dead. Okay, well, that's what our deck's supposed to do. So, Badger Mole Cubs, etc., Lightning Helix, Abrade, Intimidation Tactics, Poison the Waters, Strategic Betrayal. I think we can cut one Restoration Magic, a tank maybe. What to cut? All of these cards are good. Maybe Boros Charm, Oregery, a Scheme, a Victor? Let's try this. Alright, we can bolt the first Badger Mole Cub. So we play this on red. No Badger Mole Cub, okay. I think we'll play our Encumbered Oregery. Formidable Speaker. For Badger Mole Cub. Oh, wow. Creative. Alright, let's Strategic Betrayal you. Get rid of your speaker. There's just no escaping the Badger Mole Cub. Like, regardless of like whether this card is overpowered, I believe that it is. Aren't you a little tired of playing against this deck? Badger Mole Cub decks. Like, prepare for this for the next, like, forever of Magic. I didn't have a chance to do this before they could tap, so... Alright, attack with a 4-3. Let's play our Hardened Escorts. Like, there's never going to be a time when a deck that's wanting to ramp is not going to be doing everything they can to try to get the Badger Mole Cub. Like, every tutor that's available in the format, every tool at their disposal to try to find and resolve the Badger Mole Cub in every format where it's ever legal, forever. Okay, they got those guys. So they could take down our Hardened Escort, and we can't do anything about that. But I think we still want to attack and make our Oregery a 6/4 indestructible. If they want to just take 6... We are gonna take 6, okay. Playing Iron Shield Elf. And Oregery. Maybe I should have held on to that land for another more discard fodder. One has one card in hand. We'll see what it is. It's gonna be a big one. Genesis Wave X = 7. Alright, well, they got to do their thing, and we weren't able to disrupt them, and now I don't think we can win. We can't get past these dragons. Okay. So we need exercise, then. Get back in our victors. Yeah, our main game plan is good. We just need the extra removal. Cut Firebrain Scheme. Maybe we want a Boros Charm back. Cut one of these escorts. Airbender's Reversal, maybe? They don't attack too much. Yeah, we want to be aggressive, I think. So actually, I'm going to make sure that we don't trim our low-end creatures. Yeah, it's better to have the less expensive creatures full up than the more expensive creatures. Something like this. We have to mulligan the one-lander. This we can keep. We'll bottom Swamp, I guess. Play this on red. Bivouac. Bloom Tender. Okay, that's good. I want to play my thing next turn when I can also protect it. So do I need to kill this Bloom Tender now? No, they could have like a Badger Mole Cub, so I want to save my Lightning Helix. Let's just get down our attacker. Badger Mole Cub. Thank you, Badger Mole Cub. Well, that was quite a sequence for them. So now they just have a million mana no matter what. Alright. Attacking. Sure. Let's Restoration Magic it. That's what happens when you can't kill a Badger Mole Cub. All they needed was one turn when I didn't hold up the removal spell, and they are able to spam 2 Badger Mole Cubs and Enduring Vitality. So... it's okay, we can just scoop now. GG's. Yeah, Badger Mole Cub, what a card. 4 copies in the stab just because you should play Requiting Hex instead of stab. Chun Heart, the Fervent, will be our final opponent with some budget indestructible. Let's see if we can get one final victory here. We're on the draw. We have no white mana. We have a Firebrain Scheme, though. I think we can keep. Yeah. Requiting Hex. It's in Lorwyn. It's just way, way better than Stab. Opponent has Authority of the Consoles. That sucks. Let's see if we can find white mana. Okay. We do. We'll shock, play this Survivor. Sure. We do get to use our survivor ability. Yeah, it just kills any 2-mana thing, regardless of, you know, other stuff, so it's great. Yeah, let's play this Victor. Attack. Opponent takes it. Halia. Alright, opponent's on the life gain plan. So we could hold up Airbender's Reversal to kill an attacker, or we could do the thing with our Veteran Survivor. Or we give it indestructible. There's nothing in the graveyard for it to eat. Yeah, let's just attack with our Reigning Victor. And we'll play tap land. And we'll kill one of their attacking creatures. Voice of Victory. Okay. Oh, never mind. We can't kill any of their attacking creatures. Sheltered by ghosts. My Victor. Yeah, we'll block the Enduring Innocence. This. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like we're gonna beat what they're doing with them at 28 and us from this position. Like, we can't airbend their stuff on their turn to kill it because of the Voice of Victory. I think we've lost this game. Let's go ahead and move on to game 2. So we want Exercise, we want a Braid, Giant Cindermaw, Lightning Helix, Restoration Magic, I think. And just shave 7 non-sideboard cards, I think. Just the old across-the-board shave. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Something like this. Alright, well, that's kind of an aggro draw. At least we have 2, 1-drops. And a removal spell. Sanctifier. Let's kill that bunny. Actually, let's... Oh, I'm so dumb. Fine, we'll trade with the bunny if you want. They don't. I played the wrong land. What I really should have done is kill the bunny and play my Veteran Survivor, but this doesn't tap for red currently. Alright, so they're gonna gain at least 1 life here that they wouldn't have otherwise. Okay, Now our mana taps for what it should. And we can kill the bunny. And attack. Pinnacle Star Cage. Yeah, that's good. Alright. They're playing that with Authority of the Consuls. So we need to find an answer for that. Voice of Victory. Encumbered Regery. I forgot to play Make a Land Drop last turn. That was kind of bad, but doesn't seem like it matters that much. More Starfield Shepherds. This card is so good. Like 2 mana, just like find a plains for yourself. I think they really undercosted Warp when they were designing Edge of Eternities. It's fine. We'll take 3. More restoration magic. Right. As long as they don't do anything during their turn to us. There's the Shepherd. Can I draw a good card, please? Timeline color in the Vengevine deck. Yeah, that card's really good. In Pioneer. Yeah, we'll lifelink up our Regery. Modern? Oh, right. Vengevine is too old for Pioneer. You play Modern Beach Kiki? Dang. Essence Channeler is just a 2-1 for now. That's going to be a 3-2. Take this. I could have blocked one of the tokens, I guess. Reigning Victor, that's a good one. Alright. Let's take our Lotusguard Indestructible. Everyone you know IRL plays Modern. Are they all like millionaires? Okay, they double block. That's perfect. Let's give it indestructible. Restoration magic to make their thing indestructible. Okay. So we kill their angel. Couple of suits at the table for sure. Yeah, those cards. It's pretty expensive to buy a viable modern deck. I don't know. I'm gonna play modern soon. Just like, I really hate the Modern Horizon 3 cards, but I guess like you have to just accept it at some point. If you want to play a format, you have to accept the broken cards that are in that format. Well, the Voice of Victory has really messed us up pretty bad, as it tends to do. It would be nice to, like, draw a removal spell at some point. Beastwind and Angel. Oh, Fear being hunted. That's so sick. Or is it? Well, we're gonna find out. Because we're just swinging. We're going full Leroy here. That's how you feel about Standard recently, to be honest? Yeah, this power level of Standard is ridiculously high. Like, it's pretty trivial to kill on turn 4 in Standard. Okay. Let's do this guy. Dawn's Truce. Well, opponents really just had it all this game. Alright, GG's. Okay, so our final result with this budget bargain indestructible deck was a 1 in 4, which is disappointing. You know, we got to see it do its thing a little bit here and there, and when it did do its thing, it was pretty spectacular. I think we got a little unlucky, that's for sure. Like, particularly in the matchup against Jeskai Control, that's a terrible matchup for us. But we had some mana difficulties. Perhaps there should be a little more red in the mana base. I don't know. The proportions seem right, looking at the deck in Mox Field, even given the fact that we're trying to, you know, accommodate this on turn 3 if possible. So I think we just ran a little bad. It's possible there could be, like, maybe one more red source in the mana base, or like one more shock land instead of like cut a verge for a shock land, just to enable the verges a little more consistently. I mean, like, we need more ways to look at cards, that I'm convinced of. Any deck that's like, decks that are like this, mid-range decks with like 24 lands, they need some way to look at extra cards, because like, you just get mopey draws like we did that last game, where like, I have the 4 restoration magic in the board because I need them to protect my stuff, but like, you just draw 3 of them in a row in a situation where you need creatures and you lose. So you need something to just help you power through clumps of cards. I don't think like 2 Firebrain Scheme is enough for this type of deck with 24 lands. I would want to add at least one other card that can help us find extra cards. If we're going to keep it budget, possibly a 3rd Firebrain Scheme. I could see something like Collector's Vault being good, which is also not a rare. Something that lets us actually draw extra cards and produces treasures as well. So you definitely want to get some other way to look at extra cards into the deck. I think maybe we're a little 3 heavy too. The thing is, like, these are the effects that we're really primarily interested in, is these 2 creatures. The ones that like build a board as they give another creature indestructible that's already on the battlefield. And like the Hardened Escort, as mopey as it is, it's really good for us. The Fear being hunted is so good in combination with these effects, like making this indestructible as you build a board and attack into your opponent and like kill them. That works really well. So what do you cut from the 3s? Maybe the hardened escort could be a one of, and also you could cut a Tundra Tank. Just leave these 12 threes with maybe maybe one hardened escort, and just have those use those save slots for more like 1 and 2 mana creatures. Probably would be better. Lowering the curve slightly so that not as many creatures are 3. Yeah, I think that's what could be done. Just a little more card selection, lowering the curve slightly. Like I always say, like, more removal, more card draw. The deck has a good amount of removal post sideboarding. It's just like you almost can't have enough. Like we saw against Badger Mole Cub. If you ever let them have a Badger Mole Cub for even one turn on their side, it can just result in an explosion that you cannot recover from with a deck like this. So yeah, I don't know. We have a good number of removal spells in the 75. I just think you get to see the power level disparity come into play there between our cards, where like nobody minds letting a encumbered Regery sit on the battlefield for a turn or two, but one turn with another 2-drop, a Badger Mole Cub on the board, is the difference between winning the game and having no chance of winning the game. So that's a budget deck territory. So let's just get some more card selection in the main board. Let's lower the curve slightly. Other than that, I think, you know, we have the tools. Just with those changes and with a little more luck, you probably could have better results. But I think the deck was fun. When it did its thing, it's really cool. Indestructible, Fear of Being Hunted. I just really like this card, and have been always wanting to find ways to like make this work. And if this deck does its thing, it's actually pretty good. But of course, getting it to do that consistently in 2026 Standard is a trick. Anyway, that's enough for tonight. I hope you enjoyed watching me play this budget version of a bargain Indestructible in Standard. If you did, you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I stream MTG on my Twitch channel every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. There's a link to the Twitch channel in the description if you want to come check out the action in real time. Let me know what you think about budget decks, what you think about how I should build budget decks. Do I need to budgetize the mana base as well? Is there a maximum number of rare lands I should have in the mana base? I really don't know. Like, what's a good standard for a budget standard deck? So if you have an opinion about that, let me know, and I'll try to incorporate that in the future. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll catch you next time.